Morning to all. The sun comes up every morning, but there's something different in the air these days. No, I'm not in love. But maybe it's the fact that the first thing we do when we get up is check our phones for messages or news. Maybe it's the fact that I can have a conversation with this little box or tube made by Amazon or Google. And sometimes it'll even sing happy birthday to me. What is true is the world has changed completely and irretrievably. Innovation's taken the world by storm. It has, in so many ways, destroyed some industries and created others. And the work of preparing for responding to and recovering from a disaster is not immune from that change. In 2007, PDRF partnered with the UNDP and Kubo Innovation Hub. And what we did was we tried to tie innovation to disasters. We launched an ASEAN-wide competition. Top prize was just $10,000. But the idea was to find the best disaster-related innovation in this region. And it made sense because it joined all these different organizations together. We got over 140 entries from different parts of Asia. And it included everything from elephants in Cambodia to all sorts of technologically advanced innovations, to the point that the winners and even some of the runners-up are being used and tested today by PDRF and by UNDP. For example, there's this startup called Gava Gives. It uses blockchain technology as a donation platform. When somebody gives a donation, it goes directly to the organization. It eliminates the middleman, and it's vastly transparent in this huge ledger that everyone can see. So we know who gives the money, where that person's from. We can track it. There's this other innovation that was jointly developed by Smart Communications and by an idea space startup called Front Learners. And the concept here is that it allows teachers to conduct classes in areas without internet or power. They can hold classes under a mango tree. So whether it's a human-induced or natural disaster, you can keep the kids in school. We have 4 of these deployed in Marawi, in the displacement camps there. And they're especially important because in this area, there's been a lot of ISIS recruiting, including they're even using Facebook. So this type of technology is especially valuable for disasters. One of my daily habits used to be I drink water from a machine. And the machine just created water out of air. In fact, the dirtier the air, the better the water tasted. So they wanted to face the machine on EDSA all the time. So we got plenty of water. And I didn't get sick. So these are just some examples. TUKLAS is a noble endeavor. And I really have to take my hat off to the organizations behind it. I mean, you're reaching out to people who'd never have had the chance to be part of the innovation scene. And you're making them not just passive observers, you're engaging them as participants, as people who are involved. And I know that many of them are here today. So congratulations on that. We were part of it, and it's a huge task, but if it works, if you get even a few successes out of this, it will make the whole thing worth it. Growing up here in the Philippines, we're often told by some of our parents, "Huwag ka na umalis, dyan ka na lang." Meaning, just stay in the job, it's good enough. Don't take chances. And that's a culture that we challenge every day at places like Idea Space, and Kubo, and Launch Garage, and UP Enterprise, and PhilDev. We believe that you don't need to go abroad. You don't need to work for a big company in order to succeed. We believe that you can start your own company and create wealth for yourselves, your family, your employees, and this country, and lift it up. Innovation can boost the economy. Among the largest companies today are companies that we never heard of decades ago. Companies like Google, Amazon, Apple. Where were they when I was growing up? And the investment in these startups is relatively small, but the multiplier effect of finding a Grab or an Airbnb is tremendous. More and more local companies are paying attention. There's a company called Chatbot, founded by a guy by the name of Ron Baityong. It's an artificial intelligence platform. It was bought recently by Sterling Corporation. And with the money he made, Ron was able to buy his mother a home, which had been his promise and his dream. There's another company called Kumu. It's a live streaming app, and it recently raised $1.2 million from the Gokongwei Group. I could go on because there are several other exits. Coins.ph, there's another startup that was acquired or invested in by the Concepcion Group. But innovation in the world that we're part of, in the humanitarian context, doesn't have to come in the form of technology. PDRF is making use of the core expertise of the companies that we work with. For example, UPS and NLEX deliver relief goods from the Department of Social Welfare to all these areas by using their trucks. Meralco and Aboitiz send their linemen to places like Batanes or Leyte to help restore power. They live there for weeks on end. But again, they're using their core expertise. Pepsi, one of their products is water. And they're heavily involved in supplying water to the displacement camps of the residents of Marawi. So these two are innovative. We cannot be afraid of the future. We can't afford to be. We can only seize it and use it to help our fellow countrymen. A poet once said, "Come, my friends, 'tis not too late. 'Tis not too late to seek a newer world. Let's build that world together, and let's use innovation to make this country a better place for ourselves, for future generations of Filipinos, and for our children."